Almost all our techniques so far have been going after this weak point here, going to the front. This technique is attacking the weak spot, top of the pyramid, going backwards. Okay, and it's basically just a trick that their power variations. Okay, but the footwork to this is that you've got to step in close. Okay, and you have to put weight on him, on your opponent, so they can't move. Okay, step in. Your drive foot follows, and from here you can do Ouchi or Koji, whichever way that you're comfortable with, depending on where his weight is, things like that. But one thing to advise though, if you're here, you can't do this like this, okay? You've got to always come in from the front, okay? So if you're off to the side, your first step has to be here. You've got to come to the front, okay? Now, if I don't put my weight, freeze his feet, when I come into attack, he can just counter me or lift his leg, do whatever. So you want to come in. You jump, and you've got to come in relatively deep. If you only come here, now you've got to reach. Okay, and you don't have the luxury of making that work. So come in pretty deep. The drive leg follows. Okay, and the foot pattern for this is here. Step in a circle. Okay. If you go on YouTube and things like that, they almost always show coming way up here. That's more or less tournament style. Kata style and traditional style is sweeping. So you come in, sweep it. Your toe stays on the mat. On the internet, they're always, I don't know why, but they're always showing you up and here. Part of the reason why we don't like teaching that is because if you come up in the air and you fall straight down, my foot gets sandwiched here. That's really bad on okay, knees. By keeping your toe on the mat and sweeping, there's no way that can happen. Okay, so the traditional style is here, weight down, follow, because you still want to be right at the top of the triangle. So the driving foot should be at the top of the triangle. So it's not like the most common mistake people make on this technique is that they do this. You're trying to hook this leg, so they stick this in, but the body's going this. You're trying to throw him that way, facing this way. Which you got opposites. Okay. So come in, hook, push. That's traditional style. I'd rather have you keep your head somewhere in the middle or to the right, even though you can have it over here, but when you start practicing over here, instead of pulling them straight down, you do this, or in competition, you do this. And then,
by him doing the variation, I was getting my arm is locked up here. It's a nice part about this. So it's I'm kind of like at mercy at that point. I can't even stop to break my fall. That's supposed to do with your arm out. But that's one good variation of doing it because you're disabling the one arm. And you're pretty much going to go at that point.
If we're doing Ouchi Gari, if you are taking this side leg, you should be looking on the left side.
yes.
Yes.
Well, yeah, if I'm doing coaching, I'm over here.
And plus, with Ouchi, you want to do that when this leg is forward.
So you still want to come in here. And down. A lot of our players, including myself, we end up doing everything below the belt. Dancing around, doing this, and I haven't done anything up here. There's no position, okay? I mean, I haven't unbalanced them at all. I'm going, why are my throws working? Because there's no position,
Yeah, that's,
right?
you got to move.
Right, we're doing all this down here, you know, and then nothing up here. I did. Students do that to me all the time, and they look at me, and I just look back and say, I didn't feel anything. Anything like that. So with this one, down. Okay? Now you go right. Here, right or left.
Yeah, this throw too, you have to be moving to really get the throw to be effective. Just standing there, just coming in and hitting them, it's not going to work. You might rock them a little bit, but that's the extent that we're going to be moving. That's the key thing behind this.
Okay, and then most people, when they fight righty, your right foot is forward, right? So you're like this. So in this position, you still don't want to, you still have to, your first step still has to be at the top of the pyramid. Keep your foot there. Even though his feet are facing this way, the top of the pyramid, the weak point is here. Okay? And the weak point is there. So, if we're here, and I want to do this technique, my first step has to be the top of the pyramid. Okay? I can't go straight in. I guess I can try to do both. It doesn't leave me much room. And I'll be trying to throw him back here instead of here. You always want to throw towards the top of the pyramid. Okay? And it doesn't matter which way your feet are turned. Obviously the top of my pyramid is here, but if I'm standing like this, where's the top of my pyramid? It's still there. Okay, so even though I'm turned this way, my weak point is here, right here. It's the top of the pyramid. It doesn't matter which way my feet are turned. It's just this point, this point, and this point. I'm weak in that direction. Okay, so when we're fighting righty, like this, his weak point is there and there. So I'm going to throw him in that direction, not this direction. Okay, everybody says, oh, you know, you're throwing backwards or forwards. Right? Look at his stance. His weak direction is that way and that way. So for this technique, you have to get to the front so you can throw in the direction of the top of the pyramid. Okay? Any questions?
How do we finish the throw? Seems like a competition might just end up falling on the person.
Go for a pin. Right for a pin. If you're on top of them, go for the pin. Unless you hear him pong, you go right to the
style, you usually end up doing what I just did, put this block here and you end up like this. Tournament style, you usually end up like this. Because you're going low, really low.
That's where you're going to put Rosari. Your opponent is going to go right away in defense position. Now, you go Rosari, keep going at that point. He's at top, and he's gonna, you just keep going for the turn until you hear about that.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so this isn't a technique where you can end like this. It's almost a throw. You come in. You see how low I am? You've got to be low in this. You can't come in. There's no way I'm gonna reach and hook this leg.
Too high with the counter.
See how much easier it is to hook his leg when you're low? Okay, so here. So remember your step, step, circle, step. Because his feet is down. You almost want to lean on him. And then fucking drive. When you put your weight on him, it's hard for him to move his legs. He's stuck for a second, you hook his leg and push. Okay? Any other questions? Let's pick somebody new and